Well, an Obama-appointed judge in Georgia is accused of engaging in loud sexual activity with a local top cop. During work hours, the pair met in the judge's chambers and could be heard by nearby law clerks, making a rather uncomfortable working environment, to say the least. Judge Eleanor Ross was allegedly reprimanded privately for her actions, but many are calling for the disgraced judge to be removed. One of those people is reality star Todd Chrisley, famously known for his TV show Chrisley Knows Best. Chrisley was sentenced by Judge Ross to 12 years in federal prison after he was convicted of fraud and tax evasion. Chrisley and his wife Julie, who was also sentenced to prison by Judge Ross, were pardoned by President Trump last year. Chrisley is calling for Judge Ross to be impeached and says he will work with Congress and his legal team to make sure it happens. Joining us now are reality stars and entrepreneurs Todd and Julie Chrisley. Great to see you both. Thank you so much for being here. So, Todd, the affair that Judge Ross was having during this entire time was when she was presiding over your case. And there was a report that came out about her conduct in December, and she was still then allowed to work and preside over other cases. So what are you looking at doing to get her removed?
You know, I think that it's very important that the world and that the country know that when you are placed in a position that, like a judge is placed in, like Judge Ross, you are holding in your hands a family's life, their freedom. And when you're going to judge these people that's coming in front of you, you should certainly hold yourself to a higher standard than what she has. And you know, this is a woman who's married to another judge, Judge Brian Ross, who was having an affair, a multi-year affair. Clerks reporting about her misconduct of having sex in her chambers. This is the same judge who we've been told about since we've been home that was having ex parte communications with the prosecutors in our case. And we knew that things were not right. And she knew before we were sentenced that the IRS agent had lied. She knew that there was no losses, there was no victims in our case. The banks didn't suffer a loss. She knew all of this, and she chose to cover it up in order to get that conviction so she could put it on her Wikipedia page that she was the judge that sentenced us to prison. It happened within minutes of our conviction that she changed that on her Wikipedia page. So I have committed myself and to my family that I will follow through with this and with our legal team, and that we will work with Congress to have her impeached. And that is what so many people are asking for today, along with the Department of Justice, who has now filed a motion to have Judge Ross to recuse herself from all of their cases.
Julie, you were nodding your head while he was speaking. What are your thoughts about this situation?
You know, I completely agree. I keep going back to being in front of her for the trial, for the sentencing, and then again for a resentencing when I won the appeal. And she kept reiterating that, you know, I had to suffer the consequences of my actions. And I truly feel like, you know, you got to practice what you preach. And you know, and she was the first to say to us on multiple occasions, you know, you have to do the right thing. No one is above the law. You should have thought of your children before you went out and did what she claims that was done. You know, we would ask her the same.
I think that, you know, my question would be is, in that statement there, is was she thinking about her children when she was having an affair behind their father's back in the chambers of her courtroom?
Yeah, that's a great question. I will also note that the DOJ, the Trump administration, is looking into or working to have Judge Ross recuse herself from a separate election integrity case after she attended an event for Fulton County DA Fani Willis that's obviously a conflict of interest. So she has lots of different problems on her hands when it comes to being impeached or being forced to recuse herself from this situation. But I want to ask you about this. Since your pardon and being released from prison last year, both of you and your daughter Savannah have been very involved in prison reform and lowering rates of recidivism. Tell me about some of the ways that you've been working to make sure that people who leave prison find a better life and don't reoffend.
You know, I have been so blessed to be able to work with the new director of the Bureau of Prisons, Billy Marshall, and Rick Stover with the FSA, you know, which President Trump passed, you know, by bipartisan vote in 2018, to get these men and women removed from the system and get them into a healthier environment and giving them the tools that they need in order to stay out of prison. And our country, it's baffling to me that we're worried about all of the illegal immigrants that they're claiming are not being treated properly, but yet you've got American citizens in prison and you're not feeding them properly. You're not giving them proper housing. But yet we're worried about citizens that are not our citizens. So it's my goal to make sure that we take care of our own.
Julie, quick final word to you.
Absolutely. You know, we had never been affected by prison, and you're not until you are. And we feel as though too much is given, much is required. And we have a voice. What we went through was a horrible thing. But if we don't come out and make a difference when we can, it was really all in vain.
All right, Todd and Julie Chrisley, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Great to see you both.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.